Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to day 23, the 23rd of December, day 23 of this Advent portrait sketch series challenge gift. It's been really fun, and this is going to be the last of the live streams. Shall still endeavour to upload a couple of pre-recorded sketches for the next couple of days, because what's an Advent calendar if it's missing out on the 24th and the 25th? But I'm going to be on the road and visiting family, so I'm going to upload a couple of pre-recorded sessions for the next 2 days. You'll be able to watch them in the video section rather than the live section of my YouTube channel, and they'll be scheduled to come out at the same time as we've been doing these sketches together. And we're going to be working from this very cool reference of Jeff Avila, Trick Dealer, on Instagram. Hello, Linda, Louisa, Klaus, Kiki, Hannah Marie, Marina, and Gabriela. It's nice to have you here. I'm looking forward to working from this picture. It's very, very strong image, really clear shadow shapes with a nice dark background. I think it's going to be really nice to work from. Hello, Shannon. Nice to have you here. I will show you. I spent a little bit more time on Samar's portrait this morning. Here we have it. And I got most of it established, but I felt the resolution in the portrait was still a bit wanting, where I had to end yesterday, so I spent a little bit more time and really enjoyed working on this portrait of Samar. And I saw that she was sharing some of the portraits that people shared on Instagram, so lots of thank yous from Samar, and yeah, it was nice. And then I followed up. I had to finish before I was finished with that one, because then I had a workshop, and it was lots of fun. This was focused on illumination, and one ink wash portrait and one pencil portrait. And we did some little thumbnail sketches, which I thought I had here, but they've gone a-wandering. And we did these little 2-minute studies before we got into the longer portraits, and they were lots of fun to work on. And right now, we're going to work on this one. So let's just get to it, because there are still things to be done on this evening. What happened to my finger? Numerous things have been happening to my fingers. I got a cut over here today, and this one I was trying to close a fly screen door. There aren't any flies at the moment anyway, but in our new house there's this door and it doesn't shut properly, and I tried to pull it in and then I scraped the back of my finger. So it's a bit sensitive at the moment. That's what happened. Oh, hang on. Here are the 2-minute sketches right behind this one. So these were nice little studies before we settled into some longer portraits. And this one we didn't get to work on, but I will, and I look forward to sharing that with you too. So let's get to it now. 10 minutes. What's everyone working with? I've decided, because it's been a while, I'm going to work with the water-soluble graphite that I haven't used since the first week of this challenge. And see, because I had some really nice results. Yusuf Karsh, Youkul were both with the water-soluble pencil, and they turned out pretty well, but they weren't as dark as what we've been doing since. So we'll see how we go. Everyone ready? 10 minutes, let's go. So I have drawn Jeff in the past. One of my favorite watercolor portraits that I did as part of my observational drawing and watercolor portraiture class was one of Jeff. So I'm happy to be drawing Jeff again. Oh, and by the way, I just this afternoon, moments ago, I made the mentorship page on my website unhidden. So if you're interested, the information, the video that I made, the stuff I've been deliberating over, it's all available now. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. We'll be starting mid-January, my mentorship next year, and there'll be space for up to 12 people, and which will potentially be split into 2 groups, but one main group. We're going to have group calls and one-on-one calls, and it'll be $2.90 a month and a bit of a discount if you pay 3 months up front, and it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to really spending a lot of time with people. It's going to be all about your growth and development next year, and I feel that, well, I know from experience that having this kind of guidance can just be so informative and helpful and direct, and it's a different level of immersion than like the online class world, which I have also benefited greatly from. But the pre-recorded classes are great, but really being able to check in over weeks and months and build upon what we cover and the goals that we set together. It's really a great opportunity to grow in a cozy little community where we check in with each other every week. It's going to be really cool. So go check out the link that I put in the description. It's at the top of the description about the mentorship starting next year. It's going to be wonderful. And I'm wondering about all sorts of things about next year. Just talking about the watercolor class, the course, and also in conjunction with the mentorship release, I'm also releasing a facial features course, which I made for my Patreon supporters, and which is now still available to my Patreon supporters that supported me through it, but is going to be made now available as an on-demand video class, and anyone signing up to the mentorship will get the course as a gift to get started and to have some foundational practices before we meet up together. So it's going to be really cool. And the workshops were so good, and I really enjoyed having Kiki and Klaus who were there, and it's been really nice seeing you in the daily live streams and Tuesdays, and having the workshops, and I also look forward to doing more online workshops next year as well, because it was a really enjoyable format, I found. And it was great seeing the work that people did. Like it was just so cool. I felt like yesterday's was, I don't know, it was a bit different. It was longer. They got increasingly longer, but I felt like there was kind of more to cover as we get into increased kind of increasingly complex ideas. And throughout the weeks we went from just light and line, shading and shadow, depth and darkness to illumination. So each week, parallel to what's been going on with the live streaming, the references that we've been using as well, that the topics in the workshops were kind of echoing what we were covering here. And I've also found with the increasing darkness and complexity of the references sometimes that they have also, I felt like the sketches have warranted and asked for a bit more time and attention. How's everyone else's experience been of the past 23 days? It's been so great having you along for the ride, and I'm going to keep sharing daily reference in my Discord server, even when I'm not live streaming. So there'll be a time between the years. There may be some spontaneous live streams, but the daily rhythm will abate for a while. I'm sure there will be more daily sketch streams in the future, but this has been really fun, and it's going to be taking a break for a bit. I've been able to make new art friends here. And I know that people have found my channel during these sessions, during the last month, which has been really great. It's always nice to connect with new people. So here's this. This is water-soluble graphite, see what happens. We've got 4 minutes left. I have, I've said it a few times, but I've really enjoyed having you here, sketching together through this month and through this dark time. It's been, it's been wonderful. I've loved connecting with all of the muses and connecting with all of you who've got in touch with me, who've been in the chat, who've shared your sketches, be it on Discord or Instagram, wherever it is you like to share. It's been really wonderful seeing your work and knowing that we are from afar, but very close and immediate, have this this ability to be able to sketch together. Does anyone have any favorites, or I don't know if it's a favorite or something, a portrait that you've done in the past few weeks where you feel like it really worked, or something outstanding or memorable from the portraits we've been working on. Riba, it was so cool that you joined the workshop yesterday. Thank you for joining us. It was nice to meet you. It's been, Hannah Marie says it's been a wonderful journey and a good learning process. I'm glad to hear it. We're all here to learn together. It's also been a learning process for me. It's interesting, like sometimes wet media I find is pretty challenging in these short time frames, but it's something I desire to feel confident and bold with. So it's been an opportunity for me to push, particularly with the ink wash portraits. Some of them, I feel like it's pretty ambitious to call it a 10-minute portrait, because some of them just warranted more time. But it's been, I really enjoy the short time frames as an opportunity to explore and push certain things. So yeah, it's really a cool learning opportunity and cool for us to be learning together. Yeah, however people are celebrating, if you are celebrating in the coming days, I wish you days and lives full of love and kindness and compassion and beauty and creativity. Take care of each other. Love everyone. I've been wondering, this theme of finding light in the darkness in Advent. I just feel like there's actually, I realized when we were working on the sketch of Helios, Jupiter Baal, how I had this project years ago where I was, I called it Facets of Yoga, and I did 54 yoga teacher portraits, and it was all about light and darkness, and I was collecting and still have these quotes from the teachers I was working on the portraits of, asking them to contribute a few words on light and darkness. And it was really interesting to realize, this is a project I started in a different kind of framework many years ago, which has been taking a nap, maturing in the darkness, germinating perhaps. And I guess it's the ongoing theme of life and my work, the interconnectedness of all of us. That's 10 minutes. And I feel like that's been a pretty good 10 minutes. So yeah, interesting to notice how, with this water-soluble graphite, how we can just really quickly put down a lot of push around a lot of pigment, and I think it's a 6B, so it can get pretty dark, which is nice. Do a little bit of overtime. I'd love to hear from you if you have things to say, so I'll just keep sketching a bit. Reba's loved the daily advent drawing, and thank you for the workshop. You're very welcome. It was great having you there. You only found me today, Wendy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have a whole lot of live streams that are all now replays that you can keep sketching with if you like, because there's a whole lot of these 10-minute portrait live streams. There's a whole playlist on my YouTube. So on my channel, if you look at what is it? There's a playlist tab on my channel, and you'll find a 10-minute portrait playlist. And you can also just go back through the lives. So in the section that says live, that's where the live streams come up. But it's also the place where once the live streams have ended, they live on as recordings. So if you feel like doing some more timed portrait sketching with wonderful references and muses, then welcome to my channel. There's a lot to draw. Nice to have you here. Linda loves this. Thank you for the love, Linda. You're so wonderful. Shannon says, welcome, Wendy. There is, if any of you would like to join the Discord server, which is like a private chat room for sharing your work from these sessions, please join. I think we're now up to 69 people who've joined, and with varying levels of activity, but some people have been posting their sketches every day, and it's such a nice place to see your work. You can also post and tag me on Instagram. I'd love to reshare your work there. Tomorrow's live stream, because we are going to visit Ulma and Ulpa, is going to be pre-recorded. So I think it's not going to be on the live stream tab, but it will be in the videos. But it's going to be released at 9 German time. So there'll be a live chat for the people who come to watch it. So it's kind of like a live stream, but it's a pre-recorded video. But it will be released as a live thing. So you can still be here, hang out, chat with each other. It's just pre-recorded. And speaking of that, I'm going to have to stop drawing so I can record tomorrow's video, because I just haven't gotten around to it today. And there's just been so much going on. A lot of preparation to make for this, the coming days. Yeah, and we'll see what will happen between the years. I expect I may do some pretty spontaneous live streams, maybe, when I get the chance, because I love it, and I love you. It's nice to draw together. But yeah, there'll definitely be more opportunities to draw together. And if you joined late, the special news of the day is I have just put up the mentorship page on my website. And from mid-January next year, you could learn intimately with me, and we will, wherever you're at in your process, in your learning, whether you are a seasoned professional who would like to mix things up a bit, or you're just starting and you don't know how to level up to be able to represent the vision that you have of your artwork on paper. We'll be able to go through the fundamentals together, or we'll be able to work on kind of creating a vision, finding new inspiration, finding a way to loosen up and become expressive in your work, whatever it is. It's really a super interesting format, because it's all about you, tailored to you, about how you want to learn, what you need, and I will be there for you, and we'll have a close community group. There'll be group calls, which I think is a really important part of learning together, that there's this group of people in it together, and in some way holding each other accountable and wanting to see how you've grown and developed, and maybe going through similar challenges and similar growth experiences. And it's really a special way to learn together. So I've just this afternoon made that page on my website live, and you can go and check it out and send me a mail if you would like to sign up to that. It's going to be lots of fun. And my facial features course, parallel to the mentorship, will be released in the coming days. So that is another thing which has been waiting to come out into the world, to reach out beyond the beautiful walled garden of my Patreon, and everyone will be able to join up to that too, if you like. Genevieve, thank you for doing this, Dylan. Always a pleasure to hear you ramble while drawing. You mean it in a good way. Well, that's good. I do ramble quite a bit. Thanks for joining, Gabriela. Bye-bye. Yes, you can still chat in the live launch of the pre-recorded video, Louisa. So come back to that. Yes, Shannon, huge, wonderful news. Cool. Marina, thank you all. It was great. Looking forward to see what you have in petto for us in Let's Face It 2025. Yes, that's going to be cool too. I'm pretty happy with what I've prepared for you for that. So Let's Face It 2025 is going to be great. Shannon is also teaching there, and an array of other wonderful artists and teachers. It's going to be a very exciting, creative year. So thank you to everyone who has sketched along throughout this process, and come back and watch the next 10-minute portrait tomorrow. 10 minutes and a bit, Wendy, you're glad they're recorded. Sometimes things aren't, and they're always the most convenient time here. Aotearoa. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for joining from way down south. If this is a regular time, though, it's great. Yeah, this has been a regular time. My kids are kind of in bed, and it's a good time to start. Cristobal is here. So nice to see you. Jumped in late. Glad to finally catch a live stream. Thank you for coming to the end of the live stream. You'll be able to instantly watch the replay of this and draw along with this piece of Jeff Avina. Thank you so much, Jeff, for being our muse today, with this really awesome image from the Kenyo community. And I shared it to my Discord server. Do I have the link to that? It's probably in the description. So if you would like to join the Discord and share your work there, then follow the link in the description. I'd love to see you there. And I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, doing all the seasonal things, however it is that you spend the coming days. I wish you all well. And you may see me tomorrow in the next portrait. So thank you, everyone. You're awesome. Kiki, thank you, Kiki. Thank you to all of you. It's always really nice having you here and sketching together. Take care, and come draw another face with me tomorrow, or watch all of my replays. Bye-bye.